Happy morning, dear friends. Here's yours, Dr. Ajanta. Welcome to day 44 session. Today we are just going to discuss about the Python errors and built-in exceptions. See, actually there are different type of errors and exceptions that are built into Python. They are raised whenever the Python interpreter encounters errors. So we can make certain mistakes while writing a program that leads to errors when we run it. A Python program terminates as soon as it encounters an unhandled error, and these errors can be broadly classified into two classes. One is a syntax error and the next one is logical errors. Okay, let me just see one by one. The first one is the Python syntax error. See, error caused by not following the proper structure or proper syntax of the language or the programming language is called a syntax error, or one more term we can just specify as a parsing error. And see here, dear friends, see, making this example, if a is less than 3, yeah, what it just going to do? So it just indicates that it just shows a condition. Okay, after this condition, what is there? What it has to do? See, let I just execute here. Okay, an arrow indicates here an invalid syntax is there, and arrow indicates where the parser ran into the syntax error, and we can notice here that a colon, after this a colon is missing in the if statement. So if it is, see, actually to finish this line, to make a complete line or statement of this if condition, here we need a semicolon to be ended with. Okay, fine. Now let me just move on to the next one. See here, dear friends, this is a print hello. Okay, let me just execute and check with the error. Yeah, missing parenthesis in call to print. So do you mean this? Actually you have to write this exactly. See here, dear friends, as you can see, we made a syntax error because we forgot to enclose the string with parenthesis. And Python already suggested the solution that we have to, do you mean that printer is this? So let us fix it and execute it. Okay, the same, we just execute it by providing the parenthesis. Okay, it's not with hello. Okay, so let me just find. So see here, it was done. Okay, let me just move on to the next one, Python logical error, which we just say as exceptional. Okay, errors that occur at runtime, that is after pausing the syntax test, which if an error occurs on runtime, yeah, they are called exceptions or logic error. And for instance, they occur when we try to open a file that is for reading that doesn't exist. It just shows a file not found error. Or if you just try to divide a number by 0, yeah, it just specify a 0 division error. Or trying to import a model that doesn't exist, yeah, it is import error. So whenever these types of runtime error occurs, Python create an exception object. So if not handled properly, it prints a trace back to that error along with some details about why that error occurred. Okay, let's look at how Python treats these error. Okay, let me just go on to the first one. See here, dear friends, as I have already said, if you are having anything with 0 division, yeah, it just shows the 0 division error, that is division by 0. Or you can just say, yeah, see, actually we don't have any imaginary.txt in this files folder or file function, and it just say no such file or directory inside this. Okay, and this comes to that. And next, let me just have the one more error, which we just say the import error. See, actually, here we are making from math import power. And see here, dear friends, there is nothing to be function to be there power inside the module of max. And how the error comes is cannot import name power from max where it is an unknown location. So there is no function called power in the max module. So it just goes with a different name, which is just a POW. Okay, so that is what the exact function name you have to provide. Okay, now next let me just make use of the thing name error. See here, dear friends, as you can see the name here. Okay, let I just execute it. Name age is not defined. See, actually first when we are just using it, it has to be defined. And from this message, it just seems that name age is not defined. Yes, it is true that we did not define an age variable, but we were trying to print it out as if we had or had declared it. Now let's fix this by declaring it and assigning with a value. I just provide it again here. Okay, so here let me just give age is equal to 22, and if I just give print age, yeah, 22 is defined. So age is already defined and then it was now printed. Okay, now let me just move on to the next one, Python index error. See, actually, we debugged the error by defining the variable name. So, in that sense, if we just have anything in the list, see, kindly, I just execute this. See, list index out of range. We are just having the list. In that list, here it is just seems to be the index error, because the list has only index from 0 to 4. So it is out of range. If you just take 5, yeah, it is out of range. There is nothing there to number 5. See, here it is, anyhow, we know that is the list starts the index with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally from 0 to 4, the indexes are just provided. If you want to make I can just give you two things. Okay, one, let me just provide that is within the range. Okay, yeah, exactly. Or if you want to make the same thing, sorry, okay, just I just make it. Okay, so here if I just want to be executed, yeah, here it is our range, that is within 0 to 4, the index has been provided. Or if you want to make use of anything that is need to be there in this range, yeah, let me include the th in a string. Okay, let I just give you, see. So this is what the index, fine. Okay, let me just move on to the next one. This is module not found error. See, actually, if you want to import any function, or sorry, import any module, the exact module should be already present. And if not, the module not found error would just come. And see here it is not maths, maths. Okay, so it is exactly MAT. We all know that. So in actually yeah, the exact extra yes to the max deliberately and make that module not found error was raised. Okay, once let me just make it a fixation. Yeah, we just make it fix. If you want to import the max, yeah, this yes has to be removed, and here it is. This is how. Okay, fine. Let me just move on to the next one, attribute error. See here, dear friends, we know that is actually we have imported max, and we want to have a function of pi that we have to make use of it. And when on making use of it, I think you have already identified the error. Yeah, the pi, which is in capital. See, I made a mistake again. Instead of pi, I have tried calling the pi, which is in uppercase. So function that from math module. So it raised an attribute error. Kindly have a note of it. It is an attribute error. It means that the file doesn't exist in that module. And if you want to make use of it, how you have to specify? Here it is, and instead of uppercase, I have to specify the lowercase. So we can just fixing it by changing the uppercase pi to that of lowercase pi. So we just got the output. Okay, let me just move on to the next one. Okay, see, we have declared a dictionary. Okay, we have declared a dictionary where the username is provided, age is provided, country is provided, and if you want to extract the name, yeah, you are providing the key and expecting the value to be the executed one. Okay, and the same thing here also, if I just provide the key, it has to execute the value. But see, if I misspelled anything, so here there was a typo in the key used to get the dictionary value. So this is a key error, and the fixing is quite straightforward. Yeah, let me do this. How we can just do is, yeah, kindly correctly providing COUNTRY. So here we are just making the same and expecting the value. Okay, next let me just move on to the type error. See here, dear friends, here we are able to identify that is 6 is the integer and 3 that is specified within a single quotes, which seems as a string. Okay, if we want to add the both, yeah, exactly, I am able to understand that you have identified the error. One thing, you can just make use of this plus as an integer addition or string concatenation. Yeah, exactly. So see here, as it is unsupported operands, both the operands should be equal. So it is unsupported operands. So the example above here, it just shows type error is raised because we can't add a number to a string. So first solution would be converting the string into integer, or another solution would be converting the number to a string. That is, the resulted would be 6 and 3. So let us follow and make a fixation of the two types. Okay, so first what we just do, both the things as an integer. Okay, so here we just get the addition, that is summation of the two integer. If not, let me just make both the things as an string value. And what would be the result? It's 6 and 3. Okay, next let me just move on to Python value error. See here, dear friends, here, yeah, obviously when we just get int of, we are making some typecasting and we want to just get the integer thing. So see here, dear friends, when we just execute it, what we are just getting here is, in this case, we can't change the given string to a number, because here if this is a string to a number, what does this A is meant for? What does it meant for? If you are just providing 19 within a single quotes, yeah, you can just change that 19 as a text to an integer, but what is the value of this a that can be making as an integer? So here you just get an error, that is invalid literals. And dear friends, when just coming to the Python built-in exceptions, see here, these are all some operations that raises exceptions. And there are plenty of built-in exceptions here in Python that arise when corresponding errors occurs. And we can view all the built-in functions by just providing this one. This is the exact syntax, and here we have just listed some of the common built-in exceptions in Python programming along with the errors that cause them, the listed below. Here it is provided, and see here, dear friends. Even if required, we can also define our own exception in Python. So to have it, see, kindly just have a look of a review of user defined exceptions, and we can handle them by built-in and user defined exceptions in Python by using try, expect, and finally statements, where we are just going to discuss it in tomorrow's session. So kindly have a review of this errors, and let me discuss further in next session. Thank you, dear friends. Have a nice day. Bye.